she was an alcoholic.
Yeah. There's this whole movement right now called gray area drinking. I'm really thankful for, because I mean, I remember years and years ago, like, I had, like, in my early 20s, I had actually stopped drinking, and it was just because I realized that, like, I looked drunk.
Do you hear Hank snoring? I'm
I
sorry.
do.
Everyone listening can probably hear it too. It's so loud.
That is not Rebecca or I.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But what was I going to say?
Gray area drinking.
Yes.
In your 20s.
So I stopped drinking because it was just like I realized I was drinking too much. I was never someone who, you know, was like the loud, crazy drunk girl. But there was nothing out there for me to read or like learn about. But now there is. Like this whole gray area drinking kind of movement is really for those people who are in between, who are like not alcoholics. You know, they can walk away from it when they want to. But drink more than they should. And
I'm probably in the gray area. I would probably identify
honestly,
myself as
most
that.
Most are.
Yeah.
And it's where it really gets, like, I think defined is in your relationship with it. So, like, do you grab the glass of wine because your day is tough? You know, like, do you grab the glass of wine because you can't deal with the people?
Right.
You know, like, what is your relationship with that? And then, like, just looking at it and then thinking, like, is this healthy or not, you know? Because there's nothing wrong with having a glass of wine at the end of the day if it's tough, until it becomes your crutch.
Right.
You know? And for me, it was like, I wanted to, first of all, I felt so freaking amazing that first 90 days. And there was like, all of a sudden, I didn't have shame, you know? I didn't have like, you know, it was no problem sticking to my like exercise routine because I felt great every morning. I was sleeping better. Like those are the things that just kind of popped up about it. But, and so I just continued with it, but being able to see the world from a completely different lens, you know, is, I think, really interesting. And also, huge for just getting I totally lost my train of thought.
The story of my life.
We don't need to edit this
Well,
out.
no, not at all. So while you're remembering what you're going to say, I was actually thinking about an article I read last night on Facebook because everyone's talking about the halftime show from the Super Bowl. So I don't really watch the Super Bowl. I've never watched a full football game in my life, and now I won't because it's like my thing. I'm like getting really, really stubborn about it. Speaking of Bulldogs in the beginning, right? I'm like super stubborn about it, but I will watch the halftime show. So when I saw Jennifer Lopez come out and I saw her costume, I was like, oh God, here we go. Tomorrow morning, everyone. I thought she was amazing. But of course, it was just so predictable. You know what people were going to say.
She's J-Lo. Do you expect anything
First
less?
of all, get over it. News flash. I have something really important to tell the world. Women have bodies. Who would have known?
J-Lo, out of all of that, I mean, like, she's like a double Leo with a Leo.
How do you know this stuff?
Because I'm crazy. I don't know. I've always been super fascinated by astrology since I was a kid.
So interesting.
It's like my way of like placing people in their little scientific bubbles in my brain.
That's kind of how Ayurveda is for me.
Yeah.
But I read this article last night about Shakira and J-Lo because everyone was talking about how good they look. The people who weren't upset that they have bodies and they were somewhat exposed were talking about how good they look. And I did not know that Shakira and J-Lo, neither of them drink.
Yeah.
And they haven't drank for a long time.
Yeah.
And Shakira also doesn't take in any caffeine either, which I can't imagine not. I could walk away from drinking. You're going to pry my caffeine from me and I'm like death grip. You know what I mean?
It has started affecting my hormones big time. And so I've had to step back to decaf.
Really?
Yeah, I can't do regular anymore.
Now, I do have a cup of coffee, sometimes like a cup and a half in the morning, and sometimes I'll have some in the afternoon. I've tried to scale back to tea, decaf tea, because I think sometimes I just want like a hot drink, because I like hot drinks. They're good for you, you know, like a warm drink is good. But too much caffeine definitely throws me off my rocker.
Well, she, too, I mean, like, Shakira's brilliant. She speaks, like, 4 or 5 languages.
Okay, so I didn't know she was Lebanese. I had no idea. So I was reading an article about all of these things.
She speaks, like, Arabic,
yes,
and Spanish. And she learned English from poetry. I mean, like, she's
I had no idea.
Incredible.
So, like, of course, everyone's complaining about the Super Bowl, and there was a post that was circulating on Facebook that sort of identified all these things that J-Lo and Shakira did that were sort of a nod or a shout out to their cultures. And they were talking about the, quote, weird tongue thing that Shakira did, you know, and they were saying that's part of her Lebanese Arabic background, you know, and I was like, I had no idea she was even Lebanese.
Best food on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. That's totally where my brain's gonna go.
I'm pretty hungry. I could talk about food.
I think, though,